Alright, everyone. Now that I've seen the first half of the show, the first 6 episodes, and the first season, which holds a perfect score currently as I record this, let's talk about Tales Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the spin off of last year's hit movie, Mutant Mayhem, which takes place 2 months after the events of the movie. So, let's begin. Okay, so this one also builds off what the movie did, as the Turtles are trying to adjust being the Guardians of New York, also the growing teenage selves, homes where they had to try and balance wanting to go to like a costume party in April's apartment building, and, with a series of new threats arising, and I also like how the first half actually does a unique approach of giving each one a solo mission, which all connected them reuniting at the end of the first half, and trying to balance it in unique ways. And especially kind of like how, on top of that, is also occurring that actually placing it as like a comic that making their adventures, the law keeping, and also each one of the flashbacks have a different style. How my favorites, of course, being like Raph, calling back to original Mirage comics, the way that things are lit and colored, and also close up by Donnie, looking like a 16-bit video game, like one of the earlier Final Fantasy installments, or maybe even Chrono Trigger. So, and the Turtles in April reprise their roles from the movie, and there are a few new voices in the mix as well. With the most notable being Fred Tatasciore taking over from Jackie Chan, given how he's mainly speaking in Vermin because it's still out in continuity that he and the scumbag are dating. Not a traditional relationship, but I'll allow it. Right? And I suppose it's definitely a good solution. Like whenever Frank Welker or Dee Riley Baker are available to do animal noises for your show or movie, then Fred Tatasciore is just a phone call away. The various turtle shows have varied wildly in terms of tone and equality over the years, as my previous video demonstrated. But I do my best to try and find something to enjoy in almost all of them, and I actually really like the approach I went with here. It's not quite as dark as the comic but it builds on the movie did. Like they're not above like goofing, Finn, and trying to who crack jokes at like the mecha they're fighting, and whether it's on the fire escape at April's apartment or a subway tunnel. Well, but when serious situations on screen, it's treated as such, like how even with and Raph has to deal with at least a few broken ribs in the Purple Dragons gang, and he still has built like a brick hit house and still actually managed to use the chain he was linked to as an improvised weapon before he gets his side daggers back. Like Ed, I can definitely say that he's strongly one of my favorite variants of the character. And also some of the other things we've seen there were technically not spoilers, given how the prototypes of their figurines were shown off at both Toy Fair and SDCC. I don't think they've shipped yet, but I'm keeping an eye out for them, especially with the using like the spare parts of the Mechazoids as makeshift armor, or kind of neat, I'd say. So, yeah, I like how it built on like the look and feel of the movie, where very stylized character proportions, and how faking things like the pencil shading and ruler marks, and all the little imperfections don't actually feel like imperfections. Rather, they're intrinsic to the setting and the story, where they're actually definitely confronting the awkwardness, and even lampshade little things like having like the bum, like a power supply for your mobile off someone else in case you don't have yours on you. And, like, it just sometimes you guys gotta ask, like, are you using like Apple, Samsung, or something else, all speed. And I definitely can say I'm not the only one that was excited to watch the show, because on more than one occasion, and when it went live this morning, and the servers in Paramount Plus actually crashed more than once, which definitely would suggest they got a head on their hands there. I mean, especially in this market, and even with a lot of people kind of feeling down the current state and hate of the brand. I argue before and I'll argue again that alongside SpongeBob and the Loud Houseverse, the Turtles is definitely among their big three, and I believe they did say it as one of the key assets once they officially he agreed to merge with Skydance, which suggests they still see the IP as valuable, which over 40 years now, multiple generation of fans, young and old, I would say is very much the case. I'm looking forward to seeing more of the show before the second movie in this continuity drops in 2026. I could definitely start watching the second half this weekend or whenever the servers acclimate to not just younger demos but also the people like me, an 18.9-year-old demo, who definitely like the idea of deconstructing the stuff. And also to poke fun of it sometimes as well. Yeah. I mean, was either gonna be gonna be this cartoon or one of a couple somewhat offbeat and divisive video game adaptations I've seen released this weekend, and I decided to get these new Turtles out of the way first. I can kick it, yes I can, and I'll definitely have another video hopefully ready for you before I take off to the Gorge in Washington this weekend, so I'll see you all real soon, dudes.